I remember the look in their eyes, the sneer, the condescension, as if my dreams were nothing more than foolish fantasies. When I told them I wanted to become a painter, they laughed. My mother's face twisted in disbelief, saying, "You're wasting your life on colors and brushes? That's not serious. You're embarrassing the family." My father shook his head, dismissing my aspirations as childish, while my siblings rolled their eyes, calling me the crazy artist behind my back. They told me I'd fail, expected me to give up, to accept the dull, safe path everyone else took. But I couldn't let their words define me. I knew deep down that my passion was real, so I packed my bags and left that suffocating town. I faced rejection, old gallery doors shutting in my face, unpaid gigs, endless nights of doubt. I scraped together every dollar I could, poured my soul into my canvases, and pushed through every barrier they threw at me. I was mocked, derided, called delusional, but I kept going. Years later, I finally broke through. My paintings, raw, visceral, bursting with life, began to gain recognition. Exhibitions followed. Critics called my work powerful, rebellious, authentic. I sold out shows, amassed a following, and finally, I had built a career where I could stand tall, proud, where I proved everyone wrong. And then the day came when I decided to return home. I hadn't been back in years, not because I didn't want to, but because I knew their words haunted me, and I needed to show them what I'd become. I wanted to face them, not just with my success, but with the truth that I had refused to give up, even when they told me to. I pulled into the driveway that once felt like a trap. The house looked smaller now, but it was still their domain. The place where I'd been dismissed, ridiculed, buried under doubt. I stepped inside, heart pounding, knowing this was the moment they'd see me for who I truly was. They gathered in the living room, my mother, father, siblings, all frozen in shock as I entered, holding my latest canvas. My face was steady, but inside my pulse roared like a storm. They stared as I set the painting on the wall, a visceral explosion of colors, chaos, hope. The room fell silent. Then my father's brow furrowed. My mother's eyes widened as she took in the raw emotion etched into every brushstroke. My siblings stared, speechless, their smugness melting into something disbelief, maybe even envy. I looked at them and whispered, "This is what I was fighting for. Not your approval, but my truth. I didn't let your words murder my spirit. I built this with every ounce of courage I had, and I did it without you." For a moment, silence enveloped us. Then, my mother, voice trembling, finally said, "We never understood. We thought you were chasing something foolish. But seeing this, seeing what you've made of yourself, it's more than I ever expected." Her eyes shimmered with unshed tears. My father nodded slowly, voice hoarse. "You've proven us wrong. We were wrong about everything." Siblings looked away, some embarrassed, some humbled. Standing there, I realized that all those years of rejection, of mockery, had only fueled my fire. Their doubt was the fuel that carried me through the darkest nights. I had emerged from the ashes of their scorn to rise into my own truth. This wasn't just about painting or success. It was about defying expectations, about refusing to be erased by the doubt of others, about turning rejection into redemption. And as I looked at them, all of it laid bare, I knew I had finally returned home, not just as a successful artist, but as someone who had claimed their worth. Because the greatest revenge isn't fame or fortune. It's standing tall, unapologetically, after being told you'd never make it. Your dreams, no matter how ridiculous they seem, are worth fighting for. And that, in the end, they can't silence your voice. I left that house with my head high, knowing I had reclaimed my story. The world may have doubted me, but I proved that passion and perseverance can turn mockery into marvel. And in that silent, powerful moment of their realization, I found the greatest victory of all.